and the Yangtze Delta, along Bohai Bay, or the northeast, west, and central China, encouraging trade and investment for growth and jobs creation, as well as going ahead of high-tech, environment-friendly, and energy-saving industries. The highlight and significant turning point is in 2001, when China entered the World Trade Organization, eventually integrating itself with the World Trade System. China has in fact transformed by then from a highly centralized commanding economy into a vibrant socialist market economy, from a closed or semi-closed society into an unprecedented open one to the outside world. All those changes would not have been possible without continuous national restructuring, as well as international exchanges and cooperation. It is a wide and deep transition for Chinese society, greatly stimulating our economy and social progress. Reform is always a social transformation, as we know, not a social replacement. We would always find ourselves building on something old, not from scratch. We would make sure that our own people can always participate, and have been attaching great importance to keeping balance between reform, stability, and development, between meeting people's daily needs and constructing with vision for future. We keep open-minded and learn hard from better experiences of countries of the world. Yet, we decided by ourselves. The achievements are obvious, and our people feel happy and proud with them. The size of China's economy in 2010, for instance, was 16 times that of 1978. The share of China's economy in the world's total increased from 1.8% to 9.3% over the same period. China has emerged as the world's second largest economy by 2010. In 2011, China's GDP had reached 47.2 trillion renminbi currency, or $7 trillion US, up by 9.2% per year. From 2001, when China joined the WTO in 2010, from 2001, when China joined the WTO up till 2010, China imported an average of 750 billion worth of US dollars goods per year, creating a great many jobs and investment opportunities for our partners. During the same period, foreign investment companies in China sent out $261.7 billion US dollars in profits, with an average annual growth of 30%. Meanwhile, China's direct outbound investment grew by over 40% every year, reaching 68.8 $8 billion and ranking 5th in the world by 2010. In 2011, China's export grew by 20.3% and import by 20.9%. In really not a very stable world economic environment. The same year, we utilized $116 billion of foreign direct investment. We do as we planned out, adapted to changes of both internal and external situations. But we never let go our national goals with vision, leadership, and unity of people. Our development strategic targets have well been reached and on its way forward. China set up and implemented a 3-step strategy for our modernization from early 1980s. The first step was to double our products, double our GDP of 1980, and ensure people's basic living needs. The second step was to redouble our output of 1980 and achieve initial prosperity by the end of 20th century. The goal of these steps have already overpassed. The third step has in fact 2 phases as we are in now. The first one is by 2020 to enhance our achievements and raise the quality of our development with more social progress, further raising people's livelihood. The second phase aims to have the per capita China's GDP reaching median developed countries as we see, and build China into a more prosperous, stronger, and more harmonious modern nation by 2050, at the time of our 100th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. The mission is great and lofty. Opportunities are there, and the challenges are daunting as well. We would always start on the reform effort with keen awareness of both China's real conditions and the advancement of globalization. For example, one of outstanding real conditions in China is that this is still a developing country and will remain so for a long time to come. With a population of 1.3 billion, China's per capita GDP amounted still to only 4,400 in 2010. Maybe 2011 we are about 5,000, ranking as low as around 100th place in the world. There are as many as 150 million Chinese people living under the extreme poverty line according to the UN living standard of $1.25 per person per day. In spite of our achievements to lift almost 200 million people out of poverty in the same standard over the past 30 years. Recently, the leading official of Chinese Foreign Ministry made a 6-point statement of China's position for the political solution of the Syrian crisis. The core of the statement lies on urging all parties to enhance cooperation, immediate stop violence, work for political settlement, and provide necessary humanitarian assistance, while giving full respect for sovereignty and safeguarding the basic norms governing international relations.